Welcome to my channel. You ever get that feeling when something looks the same, but you just know it's hiding something big underneath? Well, that's exactly what might be happening with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. So for the last few years, Samsung has kind of set the tone when it comes to premium Android flagships, especially with the Ultra series. Every new model throws in some kind of upgrade, a bigger sensor here, a cleaner zoom there, and the cameras? Always the showstopper. When the Galaxy S25 Ultra dropped, the hype was real, and it delivered, but not in the way you'd think. It wasn't the flashy main camera or some AI wizardry that caught our attention. It was the ultra-wide lens finally getting a proper glow-up. They bumped it up to a 50MP sensor. And yeah, I know, on paper that doesn't sound wild. But here's the thing. Samsung had been recycling that old 12MP ultra-wide sensor since the Note 20 Ultra. That's for generations. So that 50MP upgrade? Long overdue. And people noticed. Photos had more clarity, better edge detail, and wider shots that finally didn't feel like an afterthought. But now, 2025, eyes locked on what's next. Samsung is taking a don't fix what's not broken kind of approach with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. That means same 200MP main sensor, same 50MP ultra-wide camera, same 50MP 5x telephoto lens. At first glance, it feels safe. Too safe. Like they're coasting. But there's a twist. If you've been using a Galaxy Ultra phone, you already know the weakest link. It's that 10MP 3x telephoto sensor. It's just, okay, nothing special. It gets the job done. But next to the other three lenses, it's kind of embarrassing. Now, this is where things might finally get interesting. The leak suggests Samsung is ditching that old sensor and replacing it with something new, maybe even powerful. There's one name floating around, ISO Cell Gen 5. This is a sensor Samsung showed off not too long ago, designed to be flexible, like it can be used in telephoto or ultra-wide roles. If they throw that into the 3x slot, we could be looking at sharper zoom shots, better low-light performance, faster autofocus, possibly even cleaner portrait mode results. That tiny upgrade, if it happens, could have a huge visual impact. It's the kind of change you don't just read on a spec sheet. You feel it every time you snap a pic. Now back to that 200MP beast. Yeah, the resolution isn't changing. But apparently, Samsung might be tweaking what's going on inside. We're talking about newer pixel architecture, a redesigned lens, maybe better stabilization. In real-world terms, sharper details, smoother dynamic range. And here's the big one, richer, more natural colors. Because right now, Samsung photos still tend to lean overly sharp. They pop, sure, but they don't always feel real. So if Samsung is finally tuning the sensor to focus more on natural output, especially for mobile creators who want photos to look good out of the box, not filtered to death, the S Pen hasn't gone anywhere. It's still tucked inside the body, still doing its thing. For long-time Note users, that's a sigh of relief. You can still take notes, sketch ideas, or just poke around your screen like it's a tiny canvas. The same leaker hinted that future Galaxy Ultra phones might ditch the built-in S Pen slot altogether. Not this year, but soon. If that really happens, that's a massive shift. We're talking end-of-an-era stuff here. Because no matter how good foldables get, the S Pen is part of what makes the Ultra feel special. Losing that would hit hard for a lot of fans. Or more specifically, magnetic wireless charging. It's 2025. MagSafe has been everywhere, from magnetic phone grips to stick-on wallets and floating stands. And yet, Samsung still hasn't added built-in magnetic support. No Qi 2 magnets, no smart mounting rings, nothing. So if you want to use magnetic chargers or snap-on accessories, you'll need a case with magnets built in. It works, but it's not clean. It's not elegant. And honestly, it feels like Samsung's leaving easy points on the table here. The Galaxy S26 Ultra feels like a refinement year, not a reset, not a revolution. Just a sharpened version of what we already had. But here's the thing. Refinement isn't a bad word. Sometimes, cleaning up the details makes a bigger difference than chasing wild new features. If Samsung really is upgrading the 3x lens, fine-tuning the 200MP main sensor, boosting performance, and maybe tossing a larger battery or variable aperture lens, then it might look familiar, but it could still feel brand new. There's always a risk with leaks. Panda Flash Pro isn't exactly Ice Universe or Evan Blast. Would you be okay with Samsung sticking to what works? Just polishing it up a bit? If you found this helpful or even just interesting, don't forget to tap that like button. And if you want more real talk tech breakdowns, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell.